Welcome everyone. Today's video, we're actually going to do some potting up. It's a beautiful day. Today's date is the 9th of February. So we're going to do some potting up. We're going to get some chrysanthemums out of storage from winter. We're going to pot those up, give them some nice new nutrients ready for the season. I heavily use them in my tropical style garden and also in my cottage style garden in the front. Not only that, we're going to transplant or repot, should I say, some of my young Tetrapanax. Now, Tetrapanax can be a little bit temperamental. They're what we call root sensitive, but these have been pot grown and not dug up. So I feel like it's a pretty good time of year to get that done. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to transfer them all to the greenhouse, an unheated greenhouse, because they've done great in the summer house where they haven't had much protection either. Enough waffling from me, so without further ado, let's get into today's video. So I did have some nice new compost. The issue I've got is I left my greenhouse open and next door cats decided to use it as a litter tray. I'm not going to show you because it's gross. Luckily I have got some compost. Some old compost which I can reuse. So let's do that. That's my fault. I've left the greenhouse open. Let me know if you have an issue with cats, right? I don't know what to say. Right, come on. Let's. I'll just mix some vermiculite with some old stuff. And go from there. Come on, let's get into it. So welcome to the greenhouse. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with my chrysanthemums. And like I mentioned previous, I use in both style gardens. I think they're such an underrated plant. And I actually went to a convention a few months ago on chrysanthemums, and some of them are absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to give them a prune down because I didn't give them any love back end of the season. Right, I'm going to give them prune down. I'm going to show you where I'm going to prune them to. We're going to repot them and then they're going to come and live in the greenhouse here. Hopefully we'll get some warmer temperatures very soon, although it's been quite mild, right? It just hasn't stopped raining. So let's mix up some compost with some vermiculite and we'll get these potted first and then we'll do some pruning. So this is old compost. This is last year's. As a soil conditioner, meaning it doesn't really hold anything anymore, it's a really good option. When you want something to put on growth like I do, it's not really ideal. So I'm going to have to add some nutrients. I actually haven't got any fish blood and bone meal or grow more, something that I tend to use in the garden. Nor have I got any chicken manure, completely out last year, but I have got liquid feed. So I'm going to go ahead and give these a liquid feed once I've done this. So as you can see, it's pretty good. The old root systems are pretty much rotting down in there. This was tomatoes, if I remember rightly. But I am going to go ahead and I'm going to add some vermiculite. Now this will just help if there's any nasty bits in the soil. It helps with disease, dampening off and things like that. With it being quite a mature plant anyway, it should be fine. But as you can see, I'm almost using like I'm going to say like a 20% mix in there. So the pot I'm going for is twice the size. I actually plan on transplanting these into the ground when the weather gets a little bit better. They are hardy. I have got some outside in my front garden currently as it is. So centre to the pot is as centre as you can possibly go. And then what we need to do is give it a really good firm around when adding the compost. Really good firming down. Give it a bit of a shake up. Let's talk pruning very quickly. So as you can see, there's not much going on at the top. They were lovely and tall when I got gifted these. These were gifted by Ian. Ian, thank you very much. Appreciate all of your gifts you've given me, including the dahlias, which were fantastic last year. I'm very, very lucky. So all this growth has got to go, and we're going to be taking it down to these lovely growth points here. I have got one just here. I might be inclined to leave that stem just to there, but the rest is going to go down to here and show you what I'm going to do. As always, make sure you've got a clean pair of secateurs or snips. And I'm not too worried about it being an outward facing board or anything like that. This is just a case of plant hygiene, right? So making the cleanest cut you possibly can. And as you can see, the rest of the plant doesn't look that great. Always worth checking that stem for growth. Don't just cut them like a pair of hedge cutters, if you like. Don't do that. Just take your time, go through the plant, take any stakes out that you need to, and really assess what needs what on the plant, because it will thank you for it later. As you can see here, there's nothing really on that. Then what I want to go ahead and do is take off any old leaves that are going mouldy, because what that will do is it won't do the plant any good at all. In the summer house there's not a lot of airflow over the winter, so this is why the plant has actually got like this. Next year I really intend on having my greenhouse bubble wrapped out so we can do quite a lot of growing in here over the winter. There we have it. I'm going to give this a really good water. I'll actually show you what I use for my liquid feed. Yes, it's a bit early. The only reason I'm doing this now in February is because this soil won't have any nutrients. If you were to buy multi-purpose compost, that'll be absolutely fine. Multi-purpose compost tends to have between 3 and 6 weeks worth of feeding, so just bear that in mind when you're potting your plants up as well. There we go. Let's repeat the process and we'll get on to the Tetrapanax. This one is a really easy prune. There's no growth at the top, all at the bottom. Take the cane out and there we go. There's that one. Last one's looking a bit worse for wear, but I'm sure she will be fine. Let's take all that off. Take this out. Now, same for my Tetrapanax. Now, this time last year, my other younger Tetrapanax were looking fantastic, but they weren't pot grown. And then as it developed, they just died, right? So I think I lost 2 out of 3. So learning off from the back of that, I'm gonna just do the one today as a bit of an experiment, because I think I've got about half a dozen that need to be transplanted, but I'm going to do the one. This is purely for purposes to find out whether I can actually do it this time of year or not. Does that make sense? Because Tetrapanax are a little bit of a fussy plant when they're a little bit younger. So I'm just going to do the one, get that planted up, get that in here. Going to leave a couple in the summer house thinking about it, bring a couple in here and replant one, and then it's all a bit of an experiment, right? Something we can document on the channel, and then moving forward I'll know from year on year as to how we can deal with these. You are the chosen one. I'll show you the roots. Like you can see, they're really good. I'm not going to do anything with these. Normally when they're wrapped round a little bit with any other plant, I would simply tease them out so they can get set in the right direction, but with these I'm not going to bother. They're not too entwined anyway. In fact, I'm too low. Really good tip actually. You want this part of the plant to be right at the top, well, just below the top of there, and I am way too low as I drop that in. There we go, we're not too far away there. Do you know what? Repotting has to be probably my all-time favourite job in the garden. I know what you're thinking. Bear with me. So let me know down below, what's like your absolute favourite job to do in the garden? For me, I think it's definitely repotting. I enjoy my garden all round, really. There's not a job I really don't dislike, but this has to be my absolute all-time favourite. There's my label. Let me know, what's your favourite? So this is a liquid seaweed feed I use. I use this for all of my summer plants really when I want them to put some size on. I'm just going to use a little bit. Like I say, it's a little bit early, but the fact that it hasn't got any nutrients in currently with the cat situation. So this is it. I normally pick this up from sort of B&M. It's from £2.49 up to £5, depending on what brand, what makes, all that sort of good stuff. It's 1 cap per, I think it's 5 litres, so a standard watering can. Just going to do a mix now and give these a slight water. More so my chrysanthemums, because the root systems on them were bone dry. There we have it, another couple of really good jobs done. Like I mentioned briefly, potting up has to be my favourite job, and there's obviously a lot to be had in February, March and April, right? So we've got some exciting jobs coming up on the channel. If you did enjoy it, please give it a big thumbs up, as it really does help me out. Drop a comment down below, as it helps share it out to others who love gardening just like we do. But until tomorrow, we'll see you in the garden. You take care.